deflationary environments have a first move is a crisis in confidence in consumption. The second move has to do with what the economists call debt destruction. So basically, what ends up happening is salaries get cut, but yet people's debts remain constant. In an inflating environment, you have the situation where you're paying back your debts with dollars that are worth less than the ones that you borrowed. In a deflating environment, well, guess what? You got to pay back your debt with dollars that are worth more than the ones that you borrowed. This typically is impossible for the average debt holder. So quick example, if you're making $50,000 a year, you have $350,000 of debt, salary gets cut to $25,000, well, your debt is effectively doubled. This makes it impossible for you to pay it back. You end up with this domino effect throughout the economy. It's very contractionary. In the late 1920s, early 1930s, we had a form of deflation in the United States, and it led to the Great Depression. And so I think the central banking community, when they look at the fact that we had an evacuation of debt in the crisis, they look at the fact that we have excess goods all around the world. The combination of those two factors, you're seeing some deflation. Overnight rates in Germany are negative. So you actually have to pay the bank, to hold your deposit there. And so this is not a positive thing. And I think that the central banking community is aware of this. And I think that they would err on the side of creating some inflation. One thing that we do know about our governments and our central bankers is that they're very good at creating inflation. And so we need them to tame it in robust times. But right now, you can feel a pocket and a potential crisis of deflation out there. And so I think that they'll err on the side of inflating to prevent that. That's a way bigger cataclysmic event for the United States and for the rest of the world if we get deflation.
All investments are subject to risk, including the possible loss of the money you invest. For more information about SkyBridge Capital Multi-Advisor Hedge Fund Portfolio Series G, call 1-888-759-2730 to obtain a prospectus. Investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other important information about a fund are contained in the prospectus. Read and consider it carefully before investing. This webcast is for educational purposes only. We recommend that you consult a professional advisor about your individual situation.